So, well, first off, welcome back. It's Veilguard. I have very unfortunate news. I did record, and something happened with the audio. I played like 4 hours of this game, and I'm not going to go back and replay that 4 hours. So, I'll do a quick recap. I'll try and splice in some footage. I have the footage. It's just for whatever reason my mic did not pick up, and I'm very hesitant even right now. I just checked before I started recording. It seems to be working now. I don't know why it didn't work last time. Maybe I just really didn't have my mic on, but I could have sworn it was on. So, last time, I have some notes. We talked to Solus because of the... So last time, we had to help Minrathis out. You know, all the fallout from Minrathis versus Treviso. So we talked to Solus about what to do. He suggested we find a dragon hunter and a fade expert. So with that in mind, we started talking to our companions. We had a little group meeting. Balara was like, I might know a fade expert, talk to me. And then Harding was like, oh yeah, I could probably find a dragon hunter. So they ended up pointing us to certain people. I went exploring in Arlethan Forest and Treviso, just doing side questy exploration. Some new bits opened up in the maps. We did a Davarin little get to know him quest. In Arlethan, there was some sort of mystical spirit thing. Artifact seemed to be hurting the forest that we found. We haven't really fully finished what's going on there, so I'm not sure the full thing, but there is some sort of mystical disc. And in Treviso, I think we just kind of explored a little bit. I really don't remember what we did in Treviso, but it wasn't too... We always just seem to go there. Lucanus is going to be away for a while is what we were told, so I'm not sure. I'm assuming he might show up after I recruit the last couple of companions, but so far he's still on the bench. We also went to Docktown to do a side quest. It was more about the spirits that seemed to be working with somebody, some sort of assassin spirit. Desperation maybe is the spirit's name, but either way, we did another quest there. It was some weird cult shit. They found a body. Basically, there was like a bartender who was trying to save his sick son, so he had to like feed the spirit innocent souls or something. I don't think we ended up saving anyone. We just kind of like uncovered information about it. So I'm assuming there's going to be another quest or two until we finish that storyline up in Docktown. We ended the episode recruiting Tosh. We did her recruitment thing. She was very much... It's a very interesting character so far. I did not expect the voice to be coming out of that body. And just very like, I don't know. Just like just very non-talkative. You know, everyone else in the game is kind of a yapper, so it's just an interesting thing to have somebody who's more like, fuck, I don't know. And then we learned she has dragon fire breath. And so that's an interesting thing about her. And she's part of Lords of Fortune, which seems to be run by Isabella, who just randomly appears and is like, oh yeah, hey. No real acknowledgement to the past. I mean, there wasn't really anything to talk about, but still, it's just like, okay, what are you doing here? And that was about it. We ended up with some codex. I'm not going to reread the codex, like I said. So unfortunately, like I said, it's just lost footage, lost audio rather. But I will see what I can put in just as a little proof of gameplay. This time we are going to do more side questy stuff. I got some quests over here in Rivain that we need to do, and then another fucking Treviso quest, which this damn city always has a problem going on apparently. Depending on how long all this stuff will take, we can go recruit Emmrich at the end. So let's just begin by beginning. We'll go to... Oof. Let's get Treviso out of the way, and then we can go hang out with Tosh for a little bit. Guys, Taya and the other one, Iago.
I will never grow used to it. I hope. Rook, you must find Chance.
What happened?
Oh my god.
He was here earlier, deathly ill.
That's what I was
Saying he
doing
had
in
to see the
Treviso.
market master.
Just wait a
The
second.
market is filled with the sick and injured. If Chance is blighted, or about to become a darkspawn, find him, Rook. We'll stay here in case he returns.
Yeah, so we came back to Treviso because this dude named Chance.
Come on, we have to find Chance before he gets to the market.
He was over here coughing and is like, oh, we need to find some missing people. And so we found some missing people, the trader, Air, the trainer, and then whoever the trader merchant person was here. They both were blighted. They were little mini bosses we had to kill. And then we came back to him and he was coughing still, and he's like, I'll be fine, it's just a little cold. And I'm like, you are blighted, you need to get some help. And now that is where we are. Which makes me very intrigued to see the other side of this. You know, if we pick Treviso to save, what will happen in
that I think started as
Minrathous?
Dwarven and then became Bad Elven.
Oh, go on.
Irsana and Ma. In Elven, it could mean I'm filled with nothing. But what if it's actually Isana?
The dwarven word for lyrium?
Isn't lyrium Titan blood? The next line's about the Elven gods. Your lyrium brings pride to the gods. They did use lyrium, we know that much.
Wow.
Is this
hell?
difficult for you? I don't have to keep going.
No, keep going. I'm invested now.
Keep going. Yeah, they've been... I really like these two together because they've been doing some translations and trying to figure out what Harding's message is about. Oh, sorry. I finally figured out how to go get this chest that I've been looking for this whole time. I just had to probably shimmy here. Yeah. But I like these two. Their banter is pretty good because Belara's like, I know this nursery rhyme about the elven gods. And then she's like, but it doesn't kind of make sense. And then Harding's like,
Dead on top.
that sounds like
A lot of dead
the
on top.
fucking
The Chance
dwarven word
toys.
that you were
Who's gonna
confused
see
about.
the market master? Let's find her.
So I love that. You know, that there's a little bit of mystery going on between these two.
Excuse me, did a crow named Chance come by recently?
He saved us, is what he did. The Antam were planning a raid to steal our supplies for the injured. We heard them right outside the gates. Chance dealt with the brutes before they even set foot into the market.
That's good.
And he left you a note.
If you're reading this, I'm already dead. Okay. Note in a shaky hand. Dear friends, my time is running out. I do not wish to harm my city or your people. The drowned district has already fallen to the blight and seems a fitting place to wait. Show me no mercy. I may no longer be myself when anyone finds me. Damn.
Chance is blighted. He asked us to make sure he doesn't hurt anyone. He's waiting for us in the drowned district.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Thank you,
Oh.
friends.
Chance saved everyone in Treviso's market. I hope he realized that.
Let's let Tear and Viago know what happened here.
Well, shit. Oh, damn it. That's almost better without without textures loaded in. How the fuck do I get up there?
I was not expecting to see Morrigan with the Veil Jumpers.
She shows up now and again, sometimes with news or a warning.
We smart. We
That
smart.
sounds like Morrigan.
Hello?
Some
Oh.
of the others swear she watches out for us in the form of a raven. And she once stooped down to save a couple of veil jumpers from a rampaging demon. As a spider, a really large one, wagon size.
Well, I'd rather have the wagon-sized spider on my side, I suppose.
Not the wagon.
We found Chance. He saved the market from Antam before Blight took him over.
Thank you for giving him a kinder end.
His name will be on the memorial we are building for
Damn.
all the lost.
Whole ass
Please,
memorial. It's
visit
crazy.
later if you wish to see it.
Of course. Later, though. Like, way later. Because, Jesus, you guys need something all the time. And I get it. Things are bad right now, but other people need me too. Okay, we're gonna go to Rivain. New area. Which means... Fuck. It means exploration. Every damn time I forget how much exploring takes. Well, like I said, we'll run around with Tosh and see what we can get up to. What is happening? You just turn into that? Are you blighted or what's happening here? Viago, since you said you already had weaponry covered, we've sent mostly alchemical supplies. This should give you what you need for those lovely little traps you've been springing on your new friends in Treviso. You can send your team to our agreed-upon drop spot at the waterfall and the cliff tops. Here's to causing trouble for the Anton wherever they are. Isabella.
These are the crows that were supposed to be picking up supplies.
Looks like they were ambushed.
Quest here, too. Not them shimmying back.
There when the gods escaped.
Sure was.
What was it like?
Strange. Chaotic. The stuff of nightmares that stick too long.
It's messed up.
Yeah.
Okay. Thrilling conversation. Yeah, people have said that the puzzles are very simple in this game. I don't mind it. I'd like a little bit, you know, every once in a while, like a more complicated one would be cool, but, you know, it does kind of help speed things up a little bit. Grey Warden's Final Repose. Learn the history of the first Kunari Warden. Puzzle?
Hey, now, let me know if you need help on ladders. Ladders? You're like... Thing.
Oh.
One of the lords. Fenced, he lost a hand. Climbing ladders hurt his shoulder after. He told us eventually. Then we helped him on the ladders. Your foot's got a hook shape. It might get caught.
My work leads strange places. If ladders had my number, I'd be out by now.
That's
but
cute.
Thanks for asking. Although, your horns have a hook shape. You worry about them getting caught?
Shit. I do now.
That's cute. Oh, is this is it? Okay. What? Wait a minute. No, I didn't tell you to do that one. Okay. What did that open though? Okay. We solved the puzzle. What's up with these butterflies too? I feel like maybe this is a Manfred or an Emmrich thing. We can open this loot. I'm just doing all sorts of cool stuff.
Hey.
Hey.
Some for you. Some for you.
Need bird feeding?
Hey. Don't be a dick.
Ah.
That was for the little one. Stupid birds.
Everyone gets one flirt. I still owe Davern a flirt, I
wasn't
think.
expecting.
What?
No, I flirted with him
You with
off
the
screen
birds,
or
it's-
in the Lost
it's
Voyage.
fun.
Oh. Good.
Can I help?
Sometimes I practice with the fire out here. It's safer. No people around. Lots of water.
Is it magic or?
It's not magic. My mother says the Kunari used to be closer to dragons. Something in our blood.
The Untarm called you a Dari.
Yeah. Old Kunari word for fire breather. A few like me are born every
really?
generation.
Okay.
My mother thinks the Dari were meant for something special. She's always looking through the old texts for clues. Come on. Don't want to scare the birds.
I really like her character. Like, I thought she was going to be a lot
My
less
mother left the Kun not
friendly.
far from here. She got herself transferred to Kontar from Parvalan. Smuggled me there and then walked out.
I thought Kontar was well fortified. How did she escape with a child?
Lycune isn't a prison. People can leave if they want. You little guys hungry?
Hey.
Do you miss living under the Cume?
Not much to miss. I was a baby.
Oh,
My
before sorry, Tosh. Before it changes, I did want to show. I thought it was cute. Tasha's approval says here. It just says I'm here. I don't feel any certain way. I'm here. You know. Whereas Delara is like, I'm the Illumini expert. Davern for some reason thinks I'm flirting with him, which okay. Harding is like, yeah, cool. Even Lucanus is like, cool. Tasha just, I'm here.
Misses it. She was an Ashkari back then. A scholar.
Why'd she leave?
Me.
Did she flee with you? Is it like a witch thing? Like, you know, since you're special, they want you for something, and she didn't want that life for you.
Shathan was worried about what the Qunari would do with a fire breather like me.
What would
Yeah,
they do?
that's exactly.
She said they'd have me put in the Antam, use me as a berserker.
Oh.
The idea scared her enough that she left her library and walked away from the Qun.
Oh, shit. Can I even do this right now? Well, we're about to find out. Here's one. There's one more up there.
There you go.
Nice, free approval. Just feed the birds with Tosh.
Here's where I practice.
Why not on the beach?
Don't want to scare the birds. We just fed them.
Okay. I'll get up there.
What the crap is that?
The Antam must be marking their territory.
Well,
Not on my beach. Vash Vatari. Come on. These banners need to burn.
you go, girl.
Okay.
That's it.
Nice. What does it feel like when you breathe fire like that?
It's more like spitting.
Yeah.
Something inside my throat opens up and lets stuff mix together. Then there's this rush of heat as I roar it out.
Oh, I'm surprised it doesn't hurt your mouth to do that.
It can. One time my tongue got in the way. Got a mouthful of fire.
Ouch.
Didn't hurt much. My mother has to make food extra spicy so I can taste it.
I guess that's the trade-off for being a fire breather.
It's fine. I smell stuff better than most people.
Translated from Kunlat, Slow Blink seems to say, "I'm going to eat you, little fish." Purr, soft, soothing friend. Okay. A little poem for the cat.
An untimed supply cache. Too bad it's locked up.
Not for long. Watch. Gotcha.
Okay. I didn't know you could do that.
Wow. It burned right through it.
Yep. Melts some metals, not all.
How would you figure out which kinds of metals you could melt?
My mother said I went through a lot of spoons as a baby.
Ah.
This way.
More birds to feed?
Something like that.
Oh,
Garage. It's Tosh. I brought food.
there's a cat
Hello,
there.
Tosh.
Oh,
It's good you came early. The
Oh, hey.
feather clouds are getting lower. It's going to rain. Who is this with you?
This is Rook. He's a friend.
A friend. All right. Make sure you both dress for rain. Drip rain, not mist rain.
hello.
Nice to meet you.
And you.
Karash was a worker caste navigator. Got dragged along with the Antam when they invaded.
They told us it was ordered by the Qun. I was not taught war. I was taught the weather. Red clouds for thunder, gray clouds for rain, green clouds for the devouring storm, and black clouds for the Antam cannons. After what they did in Ventus, I ran away.
Do you need help?
Is there anything you need? We saw that the Antam were in the area.
Yes. I knew some of them from the Dreadnought where I worked. I know places to hide. They did not see me.
Let me know if they give you trouble.
I am at peace, Evatash. I have the clouds to watch and fish to eat.
More than just fish. Here you go. Shathan said to eat the fruit before it spoils.
I like the cookies better.
Everyone likes the cookies better.
I'll eat the fruit. Thank you, Evatash.
Panaheydan. I'll see you soon.
Why doesn't he live with the Lords of Fortune? You know?
So, the Dragon Hunter has a softer
Why
side.
does he gotta be this
Kuhn
hermit?
says you take care of people.
So, you're a little Kunari, a little Rivain, and a little dragon?
Yeah?
Point out the challenges of living in different worlds, or point out the strengths of living in different. That's, oh god, this kind of hit me. I don't know. I love these little like character building decisions. You know, as a biracial guy, you know, it's just like I can kind of understand that. So I'm gonna be positive about this. You know, it is rough, but like, you know, there's something cool about like just cultural knowledge, multicultural.
I get that.
Come on. I should tell my mother
Yes,
how Karash
focusing on the
is
benefits of a multicultural bathroom. Yes, like I said, I live in the real world. I understand there are difficulties, but
doing. So how do you get
it's
it?
my fantasy world. I
had
want
to
to be
leave most
positive.
of my old life behind when I joined the Shadow Dragons. And now, I'm fighting elven gods. So you take what works from each part, right?
Yeah. I had to take Kunari language classes growing up. I had to learn how to tie these stupid knots.
Oh shit! Look beyond the sea. White clouds race across the sky. Forget cannon
It
smoke.
wasn't so bad when the Kunari and Rivain were at peace. Now the Antam have broken from the Kuhn and started attacking. People look at me like they're scared I'll switch sides.
That's their loss. People who've only ever been one thing will never know how big the world is.
Yeah? Maybe.
Did we go in a circle? Yeah, we did. Okay. I was not expecting to get misty-eyed about this, but here we are.
Mother, what are you doing here?
You used to call me Tama.
I also used to wet the bed. Want me to start that up again?
I'd rather you didn't. You know what I meant.
She always did like the grumpy ones.
In truth, Evitash's tastes are quite varied, although it is uncommon for her to be attracted to men.
Mother.
Perhaps because in some ways, she acts more like a man herself.
Why are you here?
I came to ask Karash about the tablet your group recovered. I wondered if some of the symbols might be used among the Antam.
Be gentle. Don't make him talk about the war.
I see the wisdom of your suggestion. I also see that you used your fire again, Chakra Toebra.
Chakra Toebra.
Remember to keep your consonants crisp. Kunari do not slouch, and neither does our language. Panaheydan, Evitash. You did well bringing Karash his food.
Sorry. She's like that.
I also mentioned this in the lost footage, but I love that Tasha has a grumpy face, like very pouty child, and it's endearing. Again, I'm not romancing her, so I'm not gonna flirt anymore. But I do like Tasha's a lot more likable than I was expecting. You know, Tasha was one of the characters I was like, you know, I wasn't excited to meet them. I was excited in the sense of I want to learn all these characters and meet them all, but I wasn't like. She wasn't on the top of the list for me, but I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing so far of her. It's hard. Like, yes, she does care about her, but again, I feel like it's gonna be a video gamey thing of like, she means well. You should be thankful for your mom. And I get that there's some sort of strained relationship here. You know, there's obviously gender identity, something going on, sexuality. So I don't want to be careless and just say, oh, you know, you should be more thankful that she's in your life kind of thing. Like, yes, but also, you know, I want to be sort of like sympathetic of like, you know, she's trying to be nice to you. Like, you know, it's not just a bad thing to have her there. So I don't want to completely blow her off either. You know, I'm not saying like, fuck the mom, you know. I'm trying to avoid these purple decisions. Okay. I'm going to say she cares about you, but again, in the sense of like, you know, yes, she comes off as callous and abrasive, but like she's trying to be a good mother to you. You know, she wants the best for you. That's what I'm trying to say here.
She's very involved in your life.
Yeah.
It was nice to meet Karash.
Yeah. It was.
Yep. Alright, Tosh spent time on the Rivain coast, feeding the birds and practicing fire breathing. An encounter with her mother showed that they do not always get along, but have each other's best interests at heart. Nice. Yeah, like I said, I like that. I'm really enjoying Tosh so far. Let's do this one now. Oh, hello. See all these ghost butterflies? What's up with that? Okay. So we need to go through this wall somehow. Those that we couldn't open during her quest. Tosh? Okay. She had to get in position. She was a bit nervous about using her fire breath. Alright. So this
Door's sealed, but those
is
figures next
not
to it
it.
look different. Might be a clue for how to open it.
I've been here for 3 days now, and I'm so close I can feel it. The treasure of old records talked about is just behind this door. The seals are key. Find the matching ones, and the door should open. They're hidden around the castle. It's almost like the bones are watching me, waiting for this place plan. If I get this open, I can go back to Kirkwall, rich enough to buy the Viscount. Running low on food, ate some of the local plants, and my guts are feeling weird. Just gotta close my eyes. Okay. So this must be the first one we did. We have 2 more. So this is the actual vault. Which doesn't help me with what I needed to do. Maybe we find those other butterflies.
Vince can help you if you ever need someone on locks. I'll ask him if you want. He likes me.
Sure he does.
Oh,
You're not bad to work with.
okay.
Not?
We are
When
on
you
something.
lose a limb, you have a metal leg.
Sorry, I know they're
or for a
talking.
hand, some things get harder. But you ask for help with one thing, and people think you can't do anything.
That's Vashadan. No one can go toe-to-toe with you in magic.
Thanks for noticing. Not everyone does.
Anyway, Vince doesn't have a hook. He's got a set of lockpicks.
No wonder ladders give him trouble.
That's cute. I like that they're going into Nev's disability and how it's not like doesn't make her useless or whatever. You know, she's just having that conversation about like, well, you know, it's not that I'm helpless, and I just want to make sure, you know, that I don't. People tend to think that I'm useless if I ask for one thing. Okay. I saw this when I was doing Tasha's thing, so I don't know. Ooh, hello. Secret door. Ah. Well, thank you for pulling the lever for me. And then it died. Okay. Well. Okay. Da, 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 da. Ooh, look at that thing. What is that? Petrified Dragon's Egg? What? Crooked Tails crest a unique ring. While flaming weapon is active, which we do, charge attacks deal fire damage in an area around the target but remove flaming weapons. In tribute to a beloved, once thought extinct friend. Fire and lots of it. Maybe. Ice house wall, sorry. And a Tosh armor. Okay. I'm 6 feet from the edge and return to the caves of Shark's Mouth once they are fully. Oh. I don't think it's accessible is what it's telling me then. Holding on. I'm 6 feet. Oh, whoa. How do I get over there? Oh, that's probably when I have to jump that cliff, and we can't do that yet. Yeah. Okay, well, there's that. So we're going to the Hall of Valor now. Pretty quick. We've never been here before, so even more exploring time. Oh, hello. I was expecting like an arena pit fighter area, but I guess this is more like the Lords of Fortune map.
What? Oh, I'm fine. I'm just
Matt Mercer.
thinking about what I could do better in my next match.
You can't hide from me, Matt.
I lost to a bunch of deep stalkers, Pluck.
Welcome to the Hall of Valor. I knew you'd find your way here sooner or later. Your kind always do.
What do you mean, my kind? What do you mean, mine kind? Huh? Oh, did someone dead? Oh. The winter from Tevinter. Oh, deep roads. Oh, bitch. What are these, Anton? Whoa. Oh, wait, she made a Garrus joke. Something about reach and flexibility. Isabel's like introducing our characters, like, hey, it's this person. But that time she didn't do one for Tosh, so I'm like, I think the downfall with having Isabella in this game is like, there is no... Oh, she didn't introduce anybody. There's no... what's the thing called? Connection to Dragon Age 2. It's only connection to Inquisition. And even then, it's such a small connection, obviously. So it feels like a waste, kind of, just to have her. And Fire Breath. Hell yeah. Oh, we got demons. Okay. Not Armax. Arena. Shark's Mouth Fort 1. The Grey Warden. Excerpt from our Grey Warden log. Oh, because he's the first Qunari Warden or whatever. After agreeing that the Darkspawn are a threat, the Qunari sent their first Warden recruit. He had trouble living under the restrictions of his homeland from what little we gather. He should fit right in with the rest of the Wardens. I don't know that he cares about Warden ideals, but he's a great fighter. He passed the joining and even helped kill an ogre coming up through the volcano. The only thing left is to give him a name. The Qunari are normally just named after their jobs, he says, so we're calling him Grey for now. Added by Davrin. Always wondered what the Qunari first joined the Wardens. Good to see even the Qunari took the Blight seriously. The Eruption. A seer warned us of a Darkspawn horde gathering in the tunnels in Shark's Mouth. The fighting was fierce, more Darkspawn than we'd seen in years. They would have overwhelmed us, but the seer called on spirits to awaken the volcano. Warden Grey was more scared of the seer than he was of the Hurlocks. Qunari have a particular fear of mages and demons. But Grey still protected the seer until her ritual is complete. I'm watching lava pour from the jaws of Shark's Mouth as I write this. It'll be years before the Darkspawn find another way to the surface. The seer said the eruption would anger some spirits, but we'll deal with that as we must. Added by Tosh. Seer's awakening a volcano. Qunari believer protecting a mage would have lost money twice. We got a couple mementos here. Eternal Whale. disturbing carving of a screaming figure. If held against the wind, it emits a howl that sends a shiver along the listener's spine. Freemarch's guardian, said to warn respectful owners against threats. It sometimes faces different directions without being moved. Okay. Petrified dragon's egg. The shape markings clearly identified this as a dragon's egg, but the object has been petrified not by age but by magic. Kunari knife. While initial evaluations dramatically presumed the well-sharpened blade was for sinister purposes, looking at you, Brother Rons, the device is strikingly similar to one used by Rivain bakers to cut flatbread. Okay. Whoa! Oh god, we got so many. Letter from Shathan to Tash. Avatash, I am pleased you are well in your new home. Is the food sufficient? If you are using your gift more often now, as I suspect you are, then you will need to eat more green vegetables to prevent the blood sickness. This is especially important during your moon cycle. If you run out of tea or medicines, I would be happy to send more. Do not neglect the embryon pills before you sleep. You forgot your extra Darsam ropes at home. I have sent them to you. The ropes will fray eventually, especially when adorned with ornamentation like yours. Trust your senses, hunt wisely, and be cautious using your fire in front of the Yantam. Remember, Shakrato Ebra. Ebra, whatever. Code of the Hall. Matches are only against spirits or people fighting of their own free will. No innocent animals, no prisoners. Okay, so we won't fight a dragon, is what I'm hearing. Every fight is a lesson. Fight well and be better for it. No death matches. Everyone gets the chance to lose and learn. Never bet against Isabella. Keep the fight in the pit. Special rules for trick fights are binding. If you lose a fight, wipe off the dirt, try again. Again, never bet against Isabella. I wonder who that is. That's cute. Menu for the Hilt Bar and Grill and Bar. What? Hilt Bar and Grill and Bar. What? Smash and grabs. 8 copper, bottomless breaded cheese wands. 1 copper, add Orlesian sauce. 12, taste of Ferelden bread and cheese. 2, silver, make it a full cheese wheel. 7 copper, deep road crispers. Mild, medium, or paragon. 30 copper, Free Marches mashup. N, I wonder what N means. And ask us to make it Navaran with no meat. so that's the vegetarian option. Sea monster kebab, Bronto steak, Carter fries. Instead of Cajun fries, that's funny. Greens with Antivan, Orlesian, or house dressing. Add chicken, beef, full Dalish. It's like a salad, I guess. Armada special, extra cheese, greens, more meat, add pineapple. That sounds like a pizza to me. I would add the 3 copper for pineapple. Golden Glory, ale, wine, per broken flagon. Okay. Isabella and the Lords. Tosh, the Lords of Fortune aren't much for formal history. Many of our ventures might land us in trouble if we actually wrote down what we did. But I've been with Lords since before we were the Lords. Back then it was just a bunch of sea raiders, and like all raiders, we wanted gold, we wanted glory, and we were ready to backstab each other to get all of it. But then some of us learned that golden glory is not worth much unless you've got friends to revel in it with you. And that's how the Lords, as you know it, started. We share news about what's out there, we chase it together, everyone gets a cut, and then everyone gets drunk. We don't care who you used to be as long as you pull your weight. And I suppose that's a big part of why your mother showed up here with a baby in her arms looking for work. Someone made a drunk joke and the name is stuck. You know, it's a bit like being a Grey Warden, except fun and with a beach. Isabella's Guide to Dungeoneering. Better to have 50 feet of rope you don't need than 50 feet of rope you don't have. Nobody leaves a perfectly good glowing gemstone at the far end of a hallway unless they're trying to distract you from the spikes about to shoot from the wall. Bring extra lockpicks, bring extra knives. Don't take anything from a room with the glowing letters in a language you can't read. If a spirit appears between you and the treasure, talk first, run second, fight last. Always look for spiderwebs. Spiderwebs means no swinging blades in the room. That's true. Don't wear armor you can't swim in. Betray a partner and you're wealthy once, but cursed forever. Anything on a pedestal is either a trophy being displayed, a danger being guarded, or both. Don't grab it until you know which. Ballad of the Lords of Fortune. I first met the Lord of Fortune on a ship bound for Rivain. She said, "What's it got you looking sad with eyes so full of pain?" And I said, "My lover's gone, it's a sad and tragic story." She said, "Hang on, lad, not so bad, you just need golden glory." I'm trying to figure out what the rhyme. What is the tune of this? Lords of Fortune never want for drink or love or joy. In holding caves and treasure vaults they find their priceless toys. They gold to fill your coffers or glory at the worst. You seem a gentle chantry lad, so we'll hit the gold holes first. Golden glory with the lords, golden glory with the lords. Past traps and guards and dragons like out the shining hordes. Yeah. Golden glory with the lords, golden glory with the lords. We'll find our way to fortune with skill and spell and sword. I kind of like the country version though. She took me to Orlais, we stole a jeweled mask. She took me down to Orzammar and we drank down every cask. She left me at Rialto, we parted with a kiss. I later found she got my purse, but it wasn't really missed. Golden glory with the lords, golden glory with the lords. Past traps and guards and dragons like out the shining hordes. Golden glory with the lords, golden glory with the lords. I find my way to fortune now with skill and spell and swords. Okay, that's enough. Letter from Tosh to local Rivain guards about Karash. Oh, yeah, that's her friend. Okay. I explained this before. Karash isn't Antam. He was with the Antam. Antam dreadnoughts are crewed by soldier caste and non-soldier caste. He did charts. You can't be scared of someone who did charts. I know. Rivaini soldiers fight and do charts, but the Kunari has all this caste crap. He's a weather guy who got stuck on the dreadnought when the Antam assholes broke away from the Qun. He's as scared as them as you are. He doesn't want to fight. He just wants to talk about humidity and air pressure and crap. He also nervous around boss, all of you. Shathan and I will take care of him. We might get him back to Parvalan when he's ready. I'm done talking about this. The Chantry versus the Qun. An excerpt from Tovashoth, a guide for Kunari leave the Qun. Written by Sierra Rowan, with notes from Shathan, translated for Kunlat. As you learn at the world outside the Qun, you will hear people speak of the Maker and the Chantry. In some way, these are like the Qun under which you grew up. The Chantry is not like the whole of the Qun. It is instead like our priests and scholars. Outside the Qun, the military is controlled by a ruler like their king of Rivain, while building and farming are controlled by merchants. If this strikes you as inefficient, you understand it correctly. Imagine an Athlock worker and an Asala priest arguing over how to build a library with no triumvirate to settle their disputes fairly. The Chant of Light teaches that the world was created by the Maker, a divine figure who then left the world to dwell in the Fade. By the Maker means that something surprising has happened, while Maker willing is hoping for good fortune. The Maker is not a spirit or demon, suggesting this might be the case makes Chantry priests very unhappy. Andraste was a warrior and scholar who received visions of the Chant of Light, much like Kozlan, understanding the principles of the Qun. She spread the chant across the south. The core principles of the Chantry are to be kind to another, to spread word of the Chant of Light, much like the Qun was meant to be spread, and to not let mages rule over others. This is interpreted differently in different countries. In the south, mages were kept in captivity, restricted almost like our Cerebos. In Rivain, mages simply must renounce any claim to rule as a noble. In Tevinter, Chantry priests say that the Chant of Light only restricts mages from ruling for evil, and mages are free to rule. This has led to a split between the Chantry there and in other places. It's reassuring to see the Qun is not the only way of life broken by institutional corruption. Puzzles. I hate puzzles, but a lot of spirits in Rivain love them. Seers say that spirits want to encourage Rivain to uphold traditions, paying respects to old cultural stuff. My mother once said it's because spirits don't understand the world. They're trying to figure out the rules so everything makes sense. I think it's all Vashaden. Putting a treasure chest behind a puzzle that makes you do some old cultural thing doesn't make the world make sense. Why can't they just put all the treasure chests behind waterfalls like they're supposed to? And then we got an addendum by Emmrich, even though he's not in the party. But isn't it fascinating to see how our cultural practices inform the spirits, who in turn reinforce those practices with us? He also commented on something else from Davrin, which I thought was funny. Dragon Kataranda. Appearance blue and purple back. Orange underbelly, similar to Gamordan Stormrider coloration, but bigger than any Gamordan I've ever heard of. Diet big water prey. She hunts most often during storms. Her lightning can tear a ship in half or kill a school of fish. Better senses in water than on land, like the Vinsimer that way. Different from Vinsimer in that she will go after ships, and even fleets. Behavior. Kataranda is a legend. She's devastated both Rivaini and Kunari ships, a big reason sailors hide when the weather gets stormy. Rivaini Armada calls her Kataranda the Stormrider, but that's stupid. Kataranda is Kunlat for Deathstorm. You can't call a dragon Deathstorm the Stormrider. Wait, that actually looks great now that I've written it out. Oh my god, there's more shit going on in Treviso. They're gonna have to wait. God, you fuckers, need to wait, okay? I'm gonna go recruit Emmrich with Balara because Balara was the one who had information about him. So Treviso, you guys had to fucking calm down and wait a minute. I will come to you afterwards. But they're so fucking needy. Ooh. Why do they have gas masks on, those statues? I will say, there's something fascinating about the architecture of Navarra.
This is it.
Like the geometry of it.
But no sign of the professor.
I hope he's here and that he doesn't mind us disturbing him. He is a senior necromancer. I don't... Oh!
Hello. I kind of did that just recently. Oh, I couldn't make them do all that though. Ah!
Visitors.
Is this ethical?
What a marvelous surprise. Any trouble with the lift? Our last guests were stuck for hours. Poor souls.
What's with your face? Oh.
Professor Emmrich Veilguard of the Morn Watch.
Hello, Professor. We've never met, well, in person, but I've been writing to you.
Balara, my dear girl, what a pleasure. Surely you didn't come all this way just to see me.
Actually, we did. You see, we need a Fade expert.
Oh, what's up with your hand?
I'm Rook.
Ah.
Charmed.
Are you dead or not?
I thought you were undead for a second.
Most Morn Watchers are just
Oh,
as
it's just a
alive
glove.
as you
Okay.
or I.
Most?
I'd be pleased to continue our conversation after I tend to some small business here.
Okay. Yeah, that was one of the things interesting about hearing about him for the first time. There were some Morn Watch people, and one of them was like a giant buff spirit dude. I don't know.
I must investigate. Would you two mind accompanying me further into the shrouded halls?
Sure.
Toward that screaming.
Something's gone awry in this part of the necropolis, Rook. The dead stir more easily than they should.
Something weird up ahead.
Strange. These halls should be under the protection of the bell.
For whom the bell tolls. Hello?
Is that a despair demon?
Fascinating, isn't it? They shouldn't be able to breach the shrouded halls at all.
Shit going on here. Is that Red Lear?
Someone's barred the door and chained the sunken star.
There's undead here.
We may need
Oh.
to defend ourselves depending on their condition.
Depending on their
Haven't fought
condition.
undead in a while.
There's no reaching these. They're mindless.
Oh.
What does that mean?
I'm afraid sometimes the weaker dead work themselves into frenzies. Poor things. This should lead us to the upper chambers, where we can free the bell. There's someone I'd like to consult with on the way.
Okay.
I hope we can help here, Professor.
You already have, Balara, and it's just Emmrich. Please.
Great, Professor.
I assume your visit has to do with recent upheavals we've sensed in the Fae?
Oh, just a little.
Oh, that doesn't look ominous at all.
This magic, it drains everything around it.
Echoes of the despair spirits, misery devouring itself. We should
Okay.
keep our distance. If provoked, these manifestations will shatter.
Okay. Got it. Got it.
Strange. This door shouldn't be here.
What do you mean this shouldn't?
Shouldn't it?
What?
The necropolis rearranges itself every
What?
so often.
It can just do that? He seems so nonplussed by it, which is hilarious. He's like, well, that's weird. What do you mean it shouldn't be here?
These are way different than some of the wisps in Arlethan.
I should like to meet some one day.
I don't know, Professor. Your wisps seem less, dangerous.
Past these chambers, we'll find some assistance with reaching the bell.
How's that?
Despair is far more pervasive than I thought. We must stop.
Oh. I thought that was a two-hander.
You think a person's behind all the despair demons?
Oh yes. Mortals are their prime attraction.
Okay, that is the death water. Judging by the way he bounced off of it like that.
How do we get rid of all these despair demons?
Their source is near the bell you saw earlier. Ringing will banish them, but we must find who lured them there in the first place. Here we are. This is where we'll learn who summoned these despair spirits.
But how?
You must open yourself to possibilities while in the necropolis. Would you mind lighting those braziers, Rook?
Those braziers.
This should unseal our final pass to the bell. It's best we unchain it quickly.
What's it do exactly?
The sunken star will drive away despair. Any malicious spirit
Stop
that
it.
hears the tolling of the bell will be banished to the Fade.
Oh, that'd be helpful in Arlethan, but I bet it only works here, doesn't it?
Quite correct. The bell would be inert outside the necropolis.
Why is that?
Still, I bet the principles could be replicated.
Yeah, why does it only work here? What's up with all that?
Excellent. Approach the body and we'll begin.
Okie day.
By seal and flame, who brought despair in our midst?
Rook.
Despair. Who brought it here?
Oh, of course the fucking Venatori. It's always the Venatori.
The Venatori. Of course. This way, please.
What did you just do?
The colloquial term is corpse whispering, a gift that manifested with my magic.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Honestly, I've no idea how the other Watchers navigate the necropolis without it.
Oh, so that's like a you thing? Okay, we brought the wisp here, dude. Thank you.
What are the Venatori after? Gold? Artifacts?
Raw magic. Their first envoys were obsessed with gathering power for some new masters.
Ah, I'll fill you in on them later.
So, is this something you can destroy? No. Get to the upper belfry. I'd love to, but... Like how? Oh. I thought we came from this way, my bad. Gone to the upper chambers to investigate a noise. With luck, it's only one of those lumbering Navarran corpses. What a sight. Throw my body to the flames like we do in the rest of the civilized world.
Hello. The Venatori bring you here?
They said I'd spilled the wine too many times. That I'd be a better sacrifice than slave.
You are in Navarra, sir. There are no slaves on our soil. Please remain here. After we've seen to the rest of the Venatori, I'll send for someone to escort you above.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Those Venatori dragged that man down here just to die.
The Watchers will shelter him. We'll inquire if he has any family in Minrathous.
I know people in Minrath.
Thank you. We'd welcome the assistance. As for the Venatori, what remains of them will be put to work. Must return to the lower level to ring the bell.
Can we just drop down? Okay, be careful on your knees, Emmrich. Oh.
Those despair demons are just gone.
Pretty impressive.
Thank you. But come, let's ensure these cultists didn't leave anything dangerous behind. I'll ask our attendants to gather their bodies later, of course.
Okay.
And this is
Ah.
a severed hand.
It can't be. A hand of glory? The Venatori should never have this. I
What's
must
a hand
find
of
out where
glory?
it came from.
When's the hand of glory?
Let me know when you'd like to return to the chambers above.
Sure. Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's get back to the lighthouse.
You can tell me why you've sought out a Fade expert on the way?
Okay.
I know it's a lot, but I swear we've seen the blighted elven gods ourselves.
It would explain recent Onniric disruptions.
At the least. The implications of what Rook's witnessed are... thank you, Manfred.
I know about Manfred, but like, just like we're having a conversation. Thanks for the tea. What are you talking about? I'm leaning towards hello, but like, I'm just gonna be nonchalant about it.
I'm good.
You spoke of danger to the Fae.
Yeah, who the fuck is this Vorgoth dude? What the hell?
Plan to tear it wide open to get to the blight, and they've already messed.
But
with
also, he's kind of a hear me out.
Tears in reality. Our team needs a Fade expert.
Many Watchers never depart Navarra. But with events so dire...
I'd be delighted to assist.
It has been years since you left us.
Well, yes, but elven gods, ancient magics. I couldn't bear miss this. Besides, I've spent my life exploring the Fade and speaking to spirits. If Rook needs an expert, none are better qualified than I.
Glad to have you in a fight.
You're good in a fight. We went through a lot of demons.
I've faced worse in the necropolis.
Welcome aboard.
Wonderful. I'll gather my things. Come, Manfred.
Just like...
The Grand Necropolis was at peace again, and Emmrich was off to a new adventure. But in Navarra, nothing stays down for long. The Venatori had unearthed something no one should have, and delivered it to the worst possible person.
What the hell?
Emmrich's journey would soon bring him
A
face
gloaming
to
lamp.
face
What?
with the gloaming lantern.
Well, we finally have all the whole team's here, dude. Make a note, we owe Emmrich a flirt. A voucher for one free flirt.
What the Venatori ultimately intended with their incursions into the necropolis worries me. Whether or not it was directed by the gods, the timing serves them well. Chaos, I fear, is their ally.
With this, Demeter's Crossing and the Blighted Dragons, and everything else we're all dealing with, feels like we're at war. A lot of little wars.
So we fight back.
They want a war? We'll damn well give them one.
You need an army to fight a war, though. They've got two. The Venatori and Antam wasted no time allying themselves with the gods. Power at any cost.
So how do we fight back then?
We don't have an army, but we do have allies.
I was gonna say, this is where the factions come in.
After Demeter's Crossing, it's personal for them.
The Shadow Dragons? I should have earned my way back into their good graces after we saved Minrathous.
Tarquin won't ever admit it, but he was impressed.
Also, Lady Morrigan requested a meeting
Oh.
at the Cobbled Swan in Minrathous.
Could she have found some trace of the gods?
Probably. Morrigan doesn't visit crowded taverns for fun.
I also heard from Grey Wardens out in the Hossberg wetlands.
Nice.
Antoine and Evka. Something strange is happening with the blight there. I bet it involves the gods.
Any specifics?
Any details on the blight in the wetlands?
Antoine said he didn't write it down.
Why not?
Either he didn't trust someone else wouldn't read the note, or he didn't want us to panic.
What about the first warden?
The first warden didn't seem impressed the last time we met.
I heard he told you to piss up a rope.
Will he be in the wetlands?
I don't keep track, but he can't stop you from asking a few questions, if we're fast enough.
Sounds like we got a place.
Gillenane has laid low since we hurt her dragon. but the blight spreads rot wherever the gods go.
And no one's better at tracking blight than wardens.
Morrigan and those wardens feel like our best leads on finding the gods.
Are they really gods? Or just ancient mages? It's not clear.
Lucanus?
They're gods.
Hey.
In their power and wrath.
Are you finally rejoining?
Lucanus, you're back.
I am.
Glad you're back.
Good to have you back. This is Professor Emmrich Volkarin, our Fade expert, and Tash, our dragon hunter. They joined while you were away.
Hey.
Charmed.
Right. Not everyone has met.
So, a dragon hunter. Treviso could have used you.
What's happening there?
It's just... people blame you for what happened to Treviso, Rook. But they did not have to make that choice, knowing what the gods are capable of.
Thank you. Thank you for saying that,
Still,
Lucanus.
It changes things. How could it not?
But you're back with us.
Yes, here to stay.
I appreciate it.
Good to have you back. Whatever the circumstances. Everyone needs to be part of this. That's the only way we'll win.
After what they did to Treviso, I want these gods to fall. I don't see anyone else with a better chance than you. My blade's yours. Until the end.
Great. Let's follow up on some leads.
I'll let Lady Morrigan know we're ready to meet.
I'll send word to Antoine and Evka. They're holed up in a town called Lavendale.
Everyone else should rest up. Be ready to move.
Go team!
Never easy, is it, kid?
What do you mean?
Making the big choices, then living with the consequences.
Someone has to.
If I don't make the tough decisions, no one else will. So I live with the consequences.
And you don't blame anyone else for them. That's why I recruited you. Anyway, you've got a meeting with Morrigan to attend, and dealing with whatever the wardens found. All this chatting is taking it out of me. Think I'll rest for a bit. Good work, Rook. You'll find your way through this. I know it.
Okay. Have a good nappy. Drawing on his necromantic powers, Emmrich banished the despair demons infesting the shrouded halls and drove out the invading Venatori. Learning that malevolent ancient gods are causing chaos in the Fade, the professor joined the team to help stop these mystical threats to creation. Unbeknownst to him, the Venatori plot is the beginning of a chain of events that will lead Emmrich to a dark figure from his past. Ooh. Companion hardened. Lucanus is hardened. We knew that. After experiencing the blight of the dragon attack in Treviso, Lucanus is less trusting and more self-reliant. His damaging abilities are increased, but he will no longer use supportive abilities, and relationship progress is slowed. Oh. What? Hello? Ooh. The music room. Oh, we need some wisps. Hello. New exploration level unlocked. The Hosberg Wetlands. Okay. We knew about that. Book club.
I need a wisp.
Yeah, I need a second wisp, it looks like. How do I... Between the facing gods. Between the facing gods. Between the facing gods. Where the fuck are you talking about? Oh, we're 50 away. That's so funny. So funny that you said that. I want to do this door first before I talk to people. Between the facing gods. Where the fuck are you talking about? Here's Emmerich's room, I'm assuming. Between the facing gods. Oh. I want to talk about stuff to myself again. That unfortunately wasn't what I needed. Between the two gods. Hey, what's up?
You know, Rook, every time I think I've got a handle on how weird magic is, it just gets weirder.
So true, bestie. I actually do need to go back to that place. Let's talk to people in here. Tosh and Emmrich. See what you guys have got to say. I got you a gift.
Huh.
A bowl.
Nice.
Or maybe you put something in the bowl. I don't know. But I hope you're happy. I'm just gonna take a peek around your room, see what else you got here. You got a statue of, I think we saw that before. Statue of an ogre. You got like a little workout monkey bar thing, even though I'm pretty sure you can do that without, you know, reaching too high. Where the two statues meet. What the fuck is he talking about? Wisp is. Oh, okay. Thought I was gonna get glitched in the floor for a second. Oh, you're not here. You're not here. What? Balara's with Neb again, probably. They do be hanging out a lot. Historians would say they're just roommates. Are we up here, maybe? There's some statues looking at each other. Yeah, here we go. Here's the wisp. Ooh. Another helper. Okay, yeah, we knew that. Open up the gate. Oh! I hate these portals. Because sometimes they don't work. Oh, there we go. Ooh, library balcony. Oh, this is one of Solus's little fade things. From Inquisition. Oh, what happened?
Dweller, it is whole. Restored.
Workshop upgrades discounted. Okay. I don't really understand what I did. But I'm glad you're happy. It is restored. Thank you. That's what I was trying to. No. Ah. Ooh. Okay, Emmrich, what is going on, dude? He's in the laboratory.
A third edition of the
Oh, there's
Unnameable
Balara.
Elements? I didn't even know it had editions.
Oh, it's much improved with the index. Please, borrow it if you'd like.
I'd love to.
I love that these two are like
You
besties.
probably wanted to say hi. Thanks, Professor.
You look moved in. Just a few essentials. Manfred was a great help with the boxes.
Ah.
What a fantastic place this lighthouse is. What do you make of it?
Is this our free flirt? Should we give him the flirt now or later? Because it is better with more people.
Early on, it mostly felt empty.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's gotten more homey with each new person.
For all its grandeur, the lighthouse does seem meant for company.
Did you get the tour yet?
Oh, I've been exploring, but I noticed a few of the others taken aback by Manfred, and I overheard remarks about my skulls. My necromancy won't cause any undue worry, will it?
You've seen weirder.
We'll be fighting weirder stuff than necromancy.
Ah, that's the hope. Please excuse me. Manfred and I should finish our inventory.
Okay.
Thank you for stopping by.
People are right. I am kind of obsessed with Manfred. Like I said before, I'm very much a, you know, I go against the grain, or I try not to just follow the hype of things, but like, you know, everyone loves Manfred, and so I was like, yeah, we'll see. You know, I don't really put stock in that, but so far, his weird ass noises are insane, and I love it.
By the way, Rook, before I left, Myrna and Veilguard asked if we could assist with
yeah,
the
we got
outbreak
it.
of hauntings across Thedas. They also mentioned displaced wisps in the necropolis. I'm not sure what's frightened them, but it bears investigation.
Hauntings and scared wisps. Let's look into it.
Yeah.
Thank you. We'll depart for the necropolis whenever you're ready.
Sounds good. Where's the spirits? Okay. Not right now. We're doing, oh. We can go back to the necropolis halls. Love that. We're just going to do some, like I said, talk with our companions. And then we are going to read the codex. Let's see if anyone even wants to talk first. No, but they are queening out over here, like I thought they would. Let's see what they're talking about. Yo, you guys just
Veil
chilling?
level Rook and Harding found you in. How often do those happen in Arlathan?
Sometimes, often, never. Depends on the day, and they're unpredictable. And with Elgranon and Gillenane loose, who knows what might get twisted up.
Well, isn't that a treat?
Inherent instability and survival uncertainty aside, they really are fascinating.
I'll take your word for it.
Oh my god, I'm obsessed with them. But also like... Huh? You okay?
Rook, not now.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. You got it, you got it. No? Okay. Which one of you want to talk? Davrin? Yeah, Davrin wants. Davrin probably is ready to propose to me the way he's acting.
It looks like our boy Hassan is feeling his oats. Or whatever griffins feel.
He's getting the hang of it. When he listens.
He seems to be able to handle himself so far.
You got lucky the Gloomhowler didn't tear you to pieces, boy. You wait for my command. We attack together. Then we can kill stuff like that.
At least he's learning.
The instincts kick in. Griffins see darkspawn and it's a fight to the death. Like wolves hunting deer. Just need to corral it.
It's a perfect Grey Warden.
Sounds like the perfect soldier. And he even flies.
Aerial cavalry. A full-grown griffin is a force of nature. Every muscle in him, every talon, every feather, honed into a killing machine. Hassan's ancestors took on archdemons.
Yeah, I read that.
Like his name says, he's an arrow.
Half lion, half eagle, with the instincts of both, griffins will always be hunters.
Just like his daddy, Davrin.
Ah.
I suppose we are our nature.
Not sure about that.
Most of my life, I've hunted the darker things in the world. But caring for a griffin? What do I know about that? Yet here I am.
That's not so bad, is it?
Not the path I expected. Makes me wonder about Hassan, his brothers and sisters. Still young. Pure.
You're worried?
I'm responsible for the future of every griffin alive. I want it to be a good one. These animals live to fight. But I wonder if there's another path for them.
There is for everyone.
I'd like to think everyone can find a new path. Even griffins.
Just wish I knew what it was.
Doesn't every good parent?
Parents. A scary word. I'm supposed to be his bodyguard.
What do you think you've been doing this whole time?
Trying to ignore it. If I get myself killed by a Hurlock, that's on me. If it's a San, I just don't want to mess it up.
I think that's where trust comes in. That
Yeah.
Turlum idea
You can't just keep babying.
Trust a son
but
to
also,
find his way. Don't force things.
yeah.
He's headstrong.
Good thing you are too.
Right. Thanks for the chat.
Sounds cute. Okay. Oh. Excuse me. Harding. I know you don't want to talk, but like, you wanted to say hi at least.
If you want a more comfortable space, I'm sure there's empty rooms we haven't found yet.
I'd rather be somewhere I can smell soil and plants. Familiar, you know?
I do.
Okay. Love that. Let's just do codex. Oh, actually, we got a missive. We already read that one. Farewell to a crow. Rook, many crows have visited the memorial we set up near the diamond. Perhaps this peace between our houses can last even after we're rid of the Amtam. I hear Viago scoffing already. Chance was originally from Orlais, and as people came to pay their respects, they passed on their thanks as well. You ensured Chance did not besmirch the name Candide, and that would have meant everything to him. Take care, Taya. Thanks from Treviso, Rook. Taya said she could get this to you. I just wanted you to know that, thanks to your rescue, I was able to get the supplies from Rivain down to Treviso. We just sprang a large group of prisoners free. Thanks to you and the Lords of Fortune, we had poisons to take out the Antom guard station, herbs to treat the prisoners' injuries, and gold for the bribes to get them safely out of Treviso. Treviso will be free, and the Antom will regret ever showing their faces here. The Tal of House Cantori. Permission granted from Bornwatch.
Greetings, you have driven despair from the shrouded halls. For this you have our thanks. If Venatori ever return to plunder, hunt them as you will.
It's signed with a complicated, impenetrable sigil. Okay. Well. Ooh, we got a lot of different places. Book club. Notes for a first book club meeting. Attending Emmrich, Bellara, Harding, and Nev. Okay. The Hallowed Halls by Marcellus Ingenvinus. Ingenvinus? I don't know. Notes taken by Bellara. Emmrich, frustrated that book was not accurate about how undead actually worked, agreed that the romance subplot had the pleasing air of a classic tragedy. Nev, pretty sure the book was based on one of her old cases, refused to elaborate further on romance subplot. Harding felt it was too long and lacked excitement, kept scowling and asking, "Where's the blood?" Bellara, me, enjoyed that enemies to lovers featured heavily in story, found undead a little creepy. We rolled dice to decide Harding is the next person to choose a book. That's nice. It just makes me miss Midnight Suns, you know, with the actual book club in there. Like, Midnight Suns really deserved a sequel. I know people didn't like the gameplay part of it, but it was a really good story and just world building. It had the sort of companion moments, which I think this game is lacking in a way. We're lacking because it's only 2 companions to 3 when you're out and fighting in the world. We're lacking because there's no like investigate options really for talking to companions. It's just if they have something to say, they'll say it. Otherwise, they just stand there or they're just in the lighthouse, you know. Whereas like Mass Effect or even Inquisition, you know, the Dragon Age series, sorry. Besides this, you could talk to them and sure they might not have something new to say, but you could at least like open up a dialogue wheel with them and be, you know, inquisitive about their life. Whereas here it's just like, nah, fuck you. Let's see, the Wardens. The nature of griffins. Talking to Rook about Hassan's instincts got me thinking, can you change something you're born with, or are we blank slates who can make our own way? Was I born a monster hunter destined to do this job, or did I have a choice? With Hassan, he's this incredible ball of fur, feathers, and energy. Watching him learn to fly or swim for the first time or taste an apple, there's so much potential in him. You can see he's having fun testing his limits and learning about the world. Has anyone ever raced a griffin that wasn't trained to fight for the Wardens? I've seen them get into a frenzy around Darkspawn, so there's no doubt it's like a cat going after a mouse. It's ingrained. But can griffins do anything else? Would they want to? I wonder. Morn Watch. Misconceptions about the necropolis. Did we read these? We didn't read any of these yet. No one has more respect for Brother Genetivi's scholarship than I, but his writing on Navarra details very little on the practices of the Grand Necropolis. The more I travel, the more I'm convinced these Elysians? I've never heard that word before. I'm convinced these elisions have led to unfortunate conclusions by people of less than generous imagination. For example, we do not lock up our dead to pound fruitlessly against their coffins in the dark. Our departed lie in peaceful state or even wander. The undead tableau are loving constructions, not dress up with corpses. And in the event a malign spirit causes a disturbance, we don't simply throw them in the tomb and toss the key. Sometimes I think Warden Davern crafts these questions to tease me. From Emmrich's diary. Complications in the Veil. The Veil, our immutable, eternal barrier against the Fade, or so we thought. There has recently been a great weakening in the Veil, thanks to a confluence of magic in the south we've yet... Okay, this is about the breach. In the south we've yet to understand. What scant information we have paints a chilling picture. The Veil may be undone permanently, either in large parts or as a whole. You cannot give way to panic. Should this threat be real, someone must be prepared to answer. If the Veil falls, thousands of lives, all we hold dear, will be swept away. I cannot say what would take their place. Lecture from Emmrich in the 42 year. Yeah, so that's during the breach and Inquisition. Note to Harding on souls. Note left on a thick book. It wasn't a silly question at all. There's an enormous difference between a spirit and a soul, but the metaphysics are rarely taught outside mage circles. A soul is the richly numinous force within every living being. You and I, our companions, our opponents, all possess a soul. When we slumber, it slips into the Fade, our most intimate connection with the land of dreams. A spirit is an entity formed entirely in the Fade from raw magic. While both dwell in intangible regions, a trained mage will never mistake one for the other. I found Craverton's Dialogue of the Outer Reaches to be the best starting book on the subject, if you'd like to peruse his absolutely gripping theories on autogenous liminality. Let's see, Lords of Fortune. We read the Cataranda one. Tasha's horn. Oh, she has a broken horn, that's right. Davrin snapped it in my first job with the Lords, a Gamordan stormrider. We hit her during a typhoon as she attacked a little fishing village. I used my axes to climb up the wet ground onto her back. That's the best way to deal with lightning dragons when they start making puddles fry you. Saved the villagers, but lost the horn when she slammed me against the cliff face. Better my horn than my skull. Balara, Veil Quartz, really strong and the right weight so my balance isn't thrown off. I took a giant crystal of it as my share from the Stormrider. Armorer in the Lords shaved bits off as my horn grows back in. No, I don't know what harmonic resonances are. No, it has never shot lightning. On leaving the lighthouse. Only a few sentences in this ancient book are still decipherable. Scattered now, the great enemy has vanished, but so is the Dreadwolf. After rebellion, there's a cry for reconciliation, not only with those we fought, but with those who stood aside and must now justify their passivity. There are empty rooms, but it is now the emptiness of peace, not the fallen. We know these halls will be kept by. Close out these pages. I gaze at the beating heart of the lighthouse, fed so long with hope, and offer one last morsel. I am the last. When I depart, it will be into a world I do not understand, but I face a dawn without the Evernewers, and that is enough. Wonder if that's from Felisan. Ancient illustration. These stylized symbols represent the forking of thought, consciousness, will, finality, and time, all favorite subjects of Navarra's greatest necromancer philosophers. Voluminous notes. Long-sought notes of one of Navarra's most famous spirit hunt summoners. Some whisper that Eglantine Feldevar still wanders the Fade, though she died 60 years ago. Who? Huh? I guess we're reading about the Magisterium. We're going to read 2 of these today. I think this is the Necropolis, so we'll read that one too. There is a mistaken impression outside the Tevinter Imperium that a Magister is a mage. Did we read this one recently? We did, because we were like, oh yeah, Patrine wrote that. That's weird. Okay. The fourth time, this is Navarra. The fourth time I attempted to cross the border into Navarra from Orlais and was turned back by Chevaliers, I decided to take the more roundabout path. A ship back to Ferelden, and then another to Navarra. The outcome was more than worth the trouble. The whole country is filled with artistry, from the statues of heroes that litter the streets and even the meanest villages to the glittering golden college of Magi in Cumberland. Perhaps nowhere is more astonishing than the vast necropolis outside Navarra city. Unlike most other followers of Andraste, Navarrans do not burn their dead. Instead, they carefully preserve the bodies and seal them in elaborate tombs. Some of the wealthiest Navarrans begin construction of their own tombs while quite young, and these become incredible palaces, complete with gardens, bathhouses, ballrooms, utterly silent, kept only for the dead. We read The Maker also. Okay, we're almost done. Let me just read a couple of these. Rivain. Nowhere in my travels, not in the heart of the Imperium, nor the streets of Orzammar, have I felt so much an outsider as in Rivain. Chant of Light never truly reached the ears of these people. The years they spent under the thumb of the Qunari left most of the country's zealous followers of the Qun. But resistance to the chant goes deeper than the Qunari war. The Rivaini refused to be part of their seers, wise women who are in fact hedge mages, communicating with spirits and actually allowing themselves to become possessed. Chantry prohibition against such magical practices violates millennia of local tradition. Surface Dwarves. In Orzammar, Dwarven society is divided into rigid castes with houses that compete for power and prestige. All that's discarded when a dwarf abandons the stone for the surface. Under the open sky, everyone is equal, or so the story goes. Truth is, thousands of years of tradition are not so easily tossed aside. Even though surface dwarves are stripped of their caste, many maintain a hierarchy among themselves along the old caste lines. Formerly, noble houses are accorded more respect than casteless brands who come up in search of opportunity. The poorest noble dwarf on the surface looks upon the rich lower caste dwarves with contempt. Upper-class surface dwarf society is roughly divided into two camps. Kalnas, who insist on maintaining caste and rank, typically those that are noble or merchant caste, and Ascendants, who believe in leaving Orzammar's traditions underground and embracing life in the sun of the world. Maintaining some tie to Orzammar was seen for generations as the only lifeline for surface dwarves. Bringing surface goods to their kin underground and lyrium and metals to the surface was not only the most lucrative means of making a living, but also a sort of sacred duty, as many surface dwarves willingly accepted exile and the loss of their caste to better serve their house or patron. In recent years, many surface dwarves, particularly Ascendants, have branched out. They started banks, mercenary companies, and overland trade caravans. They became investors and speculators in purely surface trade. These new industries have proven tremendous sources of wealth, but are looked down upon by their more conservative kin. For less affluent surface dwarves, association with the powerful Kalna can open many doors. They can get credit with dwarven merchants and are offered work opportunities by the powerful Dwarven Merchants Guild more readily sometimes than more qualified but less connected individuals. Okay. And Tevinter. That's a good combination. You know, I'm a surface dwarf who lives in Tevinter, so it's a good combination to end on with the world of Thedas here. To those outside of the Imperium, it is easy to imagine a society filled with mages and elven slaves and little else. In truth, there are 3 different Tevinters, each of them a world completely separated from the others. There's the mages, the land's nobility, completely... Oh, the mages, the land's nobility... Yeah, we're gonna start over. There are the mages, the land's nobility, completely obsessed with competing for supremacy with each other, almost to the exclusion of paying any heed to the nation's enemies such as Qunari. The well-bred Altis sneer at the Latins, who in turn sneer at the Praetari. They vie for dominance in the Magisterium, where factions shift and flow on a daily basis with deadly consequences, requiring every family to put on a veneer of perfect citizenship or face scandal and censure. Then there are the Soperati, the Sleepers. These are the non-magical citizens who vastly outnumber mages, yet are beholden to their whims. Many are resentful of the status, plotting in secret, even as they secretly hope their children will possess magical talent, an enticing lure, since the talent could conceivably show up in anyone, even a slave. It would be easy to forget that Tevinter possesses a massive class of publicans, the civil servants and leaders of the legionnaires. It has enormous merchant class, though enough teeming poor to drown any other nation in Thedas, and shadowy thieves called Praesumptor, who are practically treated with respect. Then there's slaves. One would think they at least see each other as equals, but it's not so. Divide between the freed liberati, those who act as personal servants to magisters, those who work on farms and factories, and the service publicus, who do all the tasks proper citizens will not. It is all but insurmountable, but perhaps in emulation of those who own them, imperial slaves will connive and scheme to try anyhow. Outsiders might see it as futile, but to Deventer citizens, their nation's social clashes are the most immutable and rewarding a merit in all of Thedas. And that is all of the world of Thedas. We are officially caught up on the Codex, finally. Next time, we are going to go back to Treviso, since there's new quests in the fucking area. And then we should go back to the Necropolis Halls, have Emmrich go deal with some stuff there. And then we will decide if we want to go talk to Morrigan or if we want to go deal with the Wardens. I'm not really particularly drawn to either one at the moment, but we'll see. I'm almost done with these statues, the Fenrir statues and the god statues. We're not even halfway done with the chest though, so we're at 50% total discovery on the world map, which is nice. But yeah, we will see what we get up to next time after some side questing to start. We're gonna leave these two. I don't think we can unlock this one yet. I might try and look at it off screen, and then this Hall of Valor we can go back to maybe in a couple levels. I'll just see how tough it is to finish off these last ones. But I didn't want to do it all today. Yeah, we finally got the whole companion squad. We're going to do some level ups off screen. And I'll see you in the next video. We will see where we go. You know, it's kind of like I don't want to say it's the end of Act 1 or anything. I don't know specifically where we are at. There isn't any. We're still on Signs and Portents, which is... I think this is the same one since the start, unless it's like that is just our main story is called Signs and Portents, but maybe that means that we are still in Act 1 officially. I don't know. So yeah, we got some new people. Lucanus, now back at the lighthouse. Lucanus is eager to put a blade through the hearts of the gods responsible. Emmrich and Tosh are just chilling. They're just new here. I really want to dig into some of these companion quests. You know, Harding, I want to figure out what's going on with her and this stone magic that's going on. Balara's not a Stirthalin thing, and then her dead brother that I don't think is dead. You know, Lucanus with the what's going on in Treviso. Even though I fucking hate Treviso, like I am interested in the storyline with who betrayed the crows. You know, I feel like I just want to get confirmation if Ilario is bad or not. Even Davrin's, you know, we haven't really gotten too much into it, but the Gloom Howler he keeps mentioning, that's a cool little mini boss that I'm excited to. A mini boss in the sense of it's a cool like Darkspawn general, I guess. I'm intrigued to learn more about. Does it have ties to the Architect at all? Are we ever going to get confirmation about the Architect existing? I know it's hard without a save state acknowledgement of the Architect, but like, I don't think even in Inquisition, you know, you can acknowledge it in Dragon Age Keep if you spare the Architect or not, but I don't think Inquisition ever mentions anything about it. You know, where is the Architect? Where did that story? I want to bring that storyline back. Yeah, we got a lot of cool companion stuff going on. It's almost more interesting than the main story, but I am excited to see how this main story progresses and where we go. So, enough babbling. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.